Should you rent or buy? It's one of the biggest financial decisions young adults face, and the answer isn't one size fits all. In this video, we dive into renting versus buying. What makes financial sense for young adults? We'll compare real costs, lifestyle flexibility, long-term equity, and the hidden factors most people overlook. Whether you're dreaming of homeownership or just trying to make the smartest move for your future, this breakdown will help you decide what truly fits your goals, not just the hype. Today, we will talk about renting versus buying. What makes financial sense for young adults? So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. 10. Renting has lower upfront costs. When you rent, you usually pay your first month's rent, maybe a security deposit, and that's it. No down payments, no closing costs, no property taxes. Renting keeps your cash free, which is important when you're just starting out. Buying, on the other hand, often requires a large down payment, usually thousands or tens of thousands of dollars, just to get started. That's money you could otherwise be using for saving, investing, or paying off debt. For young adults with limited savings, the lower barrier to entry makes renting far more accessible in the short term. 9. Buying builds equity over time. One of the biggest arguments in favor of buying is equity. Every time you make a mortgage payment, a portion of it goes toward owning more of your home. Over the years, that adds up, and eventually you own the entire property. This equity becomes a form of wealth. You can borrow against it, sell it for profit, or pass it down. Rent, by contrast, never builds equity. You pay each month and walk away with nothing. So if you plan to stay in the same place for many years, buying can be a long-term wealth-building move. 8. Renting offers more flexibility. If you're in your 20s or early 30s, your life might still be changing fast. New jobs, new cities, relationships. These things often shift quickly. Renting gives you the freedom to move easily. You sign a lease, and when it's up, you're free to go. No need to sell a house, find a buyer, or deal with real estate agents. Renting lets you adjust your lifestyle with fewer restrictions, which is especially useful if your future is still uncertain or you're exploring different places. 7. Owning comes with hidden costs. A lot of young buyers focus on the mortgage payment alone, but owning a home comes with a long list of extra costs. You have to pay property taxes, insurance, maintenance, repairs, and possibly homeowner association fees. These costs can sneak up on you and eat away at your budget. A broken water heater, roof repairs, plumbing issues. All of that is your responsibility. When you rent, the landlord handles those things. Those extra ownership costs add up quickly and can turn a good investment into a financial burden if you're not prepared. 6. Renting means predictable expenses. One advantage of renting is predictability. You know exactly how much you'll pay each month, and if something breaks, you call the landlord. There are no surprise repair bills or sudden tax hikes. This makes budgeting easier and lowers financial stress, especially if you don't have emergency savings yet. For people just starting their financial journey, knowing your fixed monthly costs can provide peace of mind and help you avoid debt from unexpected expenses. 5. Buying can be a hedge against rising rent. While rent is predictable in the short term, it often rises over time. If you live in a growing city or popular area, you might see your rent increase every year. That can make long-term planning difficult. A fixed-rate mortgage, on the other hand, means your monthly payment stays the same for 15 or 30 years. That stability can protect you from inflation and rising housing costs. In the long run, owning a home can be cheaper than renting, but only if you stay in that home for many years. 4. Renting helps you stay liquid. One major benefit of renting is liquidity. Your money isn't locked up in a house. It's available for investments, emergencies, or opportunities. Buying a home ties up a large portion of your wealth in one place. And it's not easy to access that money unless you sell or borrow against the home. If you're young, that liquidity can be powerful. It gives you flexibility, the ability to take risks, change careers, or even travel. For people who value access to their cash, renting often makes more sense. 3. Buying gives you stability and control. There's something powerful about owning your own space. You can paint the walls, remodel the kitchen, get a pet. It's your home, and no landlord can tell you otherwise. Owning also gives you long-term housing security. No one can raise your rent or choose not to renew your lease. For people ready to settle down, plant roots, and build a future in one place, buying provides stability that renting doesn't offer. It also lets you take advantage of appreciation if the home's value increases over time. 2. Renting avoids market risk. Buying a home isn't always a guaranteed win. Housing markets go up, but they can also go down. If you buy a home and the market crashes, you could lose value or end up owing more than the house is worth. That's called being underwater on your mortgage, and it's hard to recover from. Renting shields you from this kind of risk. You're not tied to a volatile asset, and you can simply move if the neighborhood or market changes. For young adults without financial cushioning, avoiding that risk can be a smart move. 1. Time horizon decides everything. Here's the truth that no one talks about enough. The smartest choice between renting and buying depends on your time horizon. If you plan to stay in one place for 5 years or longer, buying often makes more financial sense. It gives you time to build equity, absorb the upfront costs, and benefit from appreciation. But if you're likely to move within a few years, renting is usually the better choice. You avoid transaction costs, property risks, and long-term commitments. It's not about which option is better. It's about which one fits your current life. Buying isn't automatically smarter. Renting isn't automatically a waste. The best decision is the one that matches your income, your goals, and your lifestyle. There's a lot of pressure on young adults to buy a home. People say it's the grown-up thing to do. They treat renting like it's throwing money away. But that kind of thinking ignores the real facts. Renting can give you freedom, flexibility, and time to grow your money in other ways. Buying can build long-term wealth, give you control, and provide stability, but only if the timing is right and your finances are strong enough. The worst mistake you can make is rushing into buying just because you feel like you're supposed to. Owning a home is not a symbol of success. Being financially smart is. Sometimes that means renting for a few more years. Sometimes that means buying when you're ready. What matters most is making a decision based on facts, not feelings. What do you think about our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.